Hey guys, so yesterday we got good news and the AI trade is back. So yesterday Nvidia reported earnings and they beat on everything, and that's driven the stock right now up 5%. It's almost up $9 right now, and yesterday it was same 5%, just right after they reported. And I listened to the call, and that of course affected all the other AI plays like Palantir. It's up around $7 or $8 today. You have Microsoft up, you have all these other, Google is up, and all these stocks are rallying on the AI news from Nvidia. So I listened to the call and how everything in AI, how Nvidia is just, how AI is starting to get into every sector, and you know their chips are, so many people are buying them, so many companies, small and large, that need Nvidia's chips, and they had the great quarter, across the board. They had beat everything by a few billion on either side of the scope of things. So today I'm watching Nvidia continue its rally forward, and it's at, right now it's 195 and some change. So I think it could easily just go through and break that 200 level. And I think even Palantir and a few others are going to follow suit. I know Google is up around 300, and a lot of that had to do with Buffett's news, and compounded with the great numbers by Nvidia. And it was a make or break quarter for Nvidia. If they would have missed or been not perfect in their numbers, that would have tanked the AI trade, and then all the rest of the whole market would follow suit. And so that they beat the numbers, but they beat them, handfully. You know, it affected the AI trade, so it's smooth sailing going forward, at least for a while here. We had a lot of down days beforehand. Last week, I guess there's so much worry. Michael Burry and a bunch of other analysts and stuff like that were saying about the AI. There's a bubble there, but you can't look into that really per se. You gotta. I think a lot of those Michael Burry and all those other analysts are earlier than expected. I think they're even like a few years too early. So, with all that said, I think the market's taking in these numbers and just ignoring the rest. Because look at Michael Burry close out his account, so he kind of admitted that he was wrong. But in the future, he may be right. But right now, I think he's wrong for now. But let's see what happens the rest of the day, how the video plays out and Palantir plays out. But like I'm saying, they had to really, you know, they couldn't break even on those numbers. They got to, each quarter they got to give more and more and more, because they're just price perfection. You can't get any better than perfect. And they did this time. They got to like beat it, keep ratcheting up the ladder, the level there, because and plus they quoted like the CEO, you know, Jensen, he basically saying like they're talking like 500 billion and all this stuff. So they need that revenue to equal out to, what he's projecting. So I think right now revenue is like 60 billion, almost 61 billion. That was in 2024, sorry. But almost now they're getting to those numbers like per quarter, and which is crazy to think about it. But I think you even see like even Palantir is hitting a billion in revenue and all that stuff. So I think all those other AI plays, the ones at least that are making money, are going to follow suit. And of course, you're going to have speculation plays out there, but I think it's they're that's what it is. If they're not making money, eventually they're going to pay the piper when things do eventually get too much out of whack. But if you're just if you have, days where it's not overbought, I mean, you can still keep running up. If companies are still making money like Nvidia is, there's no reason to sell them down. It's not like the dot-com era when companies like pets.com and stuff like that were making nothing. But you'll eventually have like a pets.com for AI, and that could be its downfall. So you got to see like OpenAI start making money, and those other companies follow suit that are working on AI. All their money has to equate to something. So that's my take there, my 2 cents there. I just want to make a quick video on that. Hope you like this video, like, subscribe, and I'm not a financial advisor like that. Let's see what happens in the video the rest of the day. And I just want to do a follow-up on what I discussed yesterday. Check out that video. It should be in the corner there somewhere, in the middle somewhere. But yeah, like this video, like, subscribe, and we'll see what happens the rest of the day. And have a good rest of the day. Peace.